Previously on Tales of Berseria, we escaped Hexen Isle, but at the cost of the newly freed Moloch Silva, who Innominat transformed into a dragon. After returning to Bayard Marsh, we fatally wounded and purified Ifrid, who told us that the other four Empyreans are the key to defeating Innominat. Okay, let's move. The Captain's Creed is with us as long as the band Avant LTS still sails. We can go to the Class 4 zones now. Not that there's any new ones.
I see. Orichalcum or not, Stormquell snapped like a twig.
I'm afraid so. It was Innominat who did it. But I think Shigure could have done the same.
So hardness alone isn't enough. Forgive me. I thought I had found clarity, but it was only foolish pride.
You should be proud. You are, without a doubt, the greatest swordsmith in the world. I'm looking forward to your next blade.
Even now, you would still place your trust in me.
Of course. Is there any other swordsmith who could craft a blade out of orichalcum? You're a master of your art, a visionary who spent centuries working to forge a blade of legend. I'm honored to know you.
I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, you've given up on making a sword to surpass Stormhowl.
Does this look like the face of a man who's given up?
Not in the least.
We're making good time.
The only problem is that ceremony that Artorius was going on about. We don't know how long it'll take.
Ifrid said they called it the Ceremony of Suppression. Most likely, it's how Innominat plans to release his power.
Most likely. He hasn't absorbed Laphicet in your despair, so Innominat should still be incomplete. But if his powers fully awaken...
Humanity will be robbed of their free will. I can hear them celebrating now. The uglinesses of the human soul are suppressed. And the world is free of malevolence! Hurrah! Hurrah! Robbing humanity of its will. They'll be like I once was. Something's coming!
Hey, please guys, let's not fight!
Wait, what about our crew members? Are they gonna turn to zombies too? That would be inconvenient if they all decide to turn us in.
Innominat's domain. wills have been stolen. It's not been fully sealed away yet. Rokuro, give him a good smacking. Wake him up!
On it.
Bison!
Got it. We'll put in at the nearest harbor. To Port Zekson!
I feel like some jerk played tug of war with my brain.
Dig up some spirit. They're trying to strip away your will.
Oh no!
Why are they all lined up so perfectly like that?
Look! It's that merchant! You're all right!
I do not deserve to be all right. I used people, stepped on them just to make a profit. I even aided wanted criminals so that I could expand my business. My soul is black with ugliness and can never be forgiven.
No, wait! Stop!
The world needs to be purified of malevolence. I don't belong here. I have to die. I have to die. I have to die.
No, it's not right!
Oh!
You can die if you want, but saying you have to die is a good way to make my blood boil.
Those awakened to their own malevolence seek to end their lives. Welcome to Artorius' uncompromising world of reason.
First they steal humanity's rudder, and now they want to say who lives and who dies?
We should find out what's happening here, unless you'd rather not see.
You're right. I wouldn't. But I won't hide from the truth any longer.
Before anything else, we'll need to confirm just how far his power reaches. Let's head to Loegres.
Innominat suppression. Is this the ideal world the Abbey envisions?
Bien! There's no life in anyone's eyes! This isn't a fun place at all!
It's not just people's minds being shackled. They're being forced to die, too. It's terrible.
Why would dying be part of anyone's ideal world?
Even under such strict control, new sins can still rise to the surface. If that happens, it's better to end the life of the sinner. Melchior came to the same logical conclusion.
What utter rubbish.
Anyway, we need to get to Loegres.
What's going to happen to the world? How far will Innominat's power spread?
When his domain expanded, I felt a faraway power suddenly come closer. It was enough to blot out the whole sky. I'm sure it's covered other towns too. His domain has certainly extended to at least the entire populace of this country. Otherwise, what would be the point? That means what happened at Port Zekson is happening everywhere.
Everyone is either a puppet, or...
Dead by their own hands.
Innominat created this ideal hell in a single moment. That's the power we're up against.
So we few are standing against a truly monumental force.
This is your last chance to turn back.
Turn back to what exactly?
Forward or back, we're headed into hell either way.
At least this way, I'll have my own free will. I'd prefer a living damnation to that oblivion.
Well, don't come crying to me later.
Let's move along then.
Wait, I can still go to certain areas. Even Stonebury? Weird.
So this is the result of their ceremony of suppression.
Seems that way. They've brought their peace to mankind.
Ugh, I feel so dizzy. I'm not sure where to blame Innominat or Rokuro's beating. Okay, have sinned. I'm a vile, selfish soul. I must die, I must die. He was always tougher than boiled leather. To see him like this. A pet cat is meaningless and only wastes food. It must be eliminated. It must be eliminated. It must be eliminated. Run, kitty. We stand as a shield against demons. We shall become bait for demons. This is the ultimate duty of our generation. No, don't do it! Sacrificing yourself like that would be folly. Words are useless right now, Eleanor. Their minds are filled with that twisted reason. Give all for the many. Dedicate your life. This is true reason. True reason. Mumble. Ignore the few. Serve the all. Serve, serve, serve. Ugh. There's no need for reflection. Do what must be done. Mumble. Wait, even the Exorcists look brainwashed. What? There's no need for reflection. Entrust all to the Abbey. Mumble. Dispel doubt and confusion. Obey reason. You are a vessel for serving the many. Yes, unaware as a Moloch. Mumble.
I was a fool for trying to sell commemorative chalices to the people visiting the Empyrean's throne. Happiness can't be bought with ill-gotten gains made through deception. In an effort to change my malevolent ways, I sold my shop and entered the holy priesthood. Rather than pursue my own greed, I've chosen to dedicate my life to bringing the sacred teachings to all.
Wow, look how shiny and pure he is. So this is what happens when Innominat suppresses all of someone's sins and desires.
How nauseating. And this is the kind of world they're trying to create.
You must cast away all self-serving desires. Deny the self, serve the many. Serve the many. Serve the many. It is our duty to defend this gate with our lives. We will let none through, none must pass. Mumble. Wait, I thought these guys were gonna march out, though. March out and act as bait for the demons for some reason, even though they'd be completely useless in a fight since they don't have any exorcist powers. The individual is but a cog in the service of the whole. The tranquility of all represents the highest level of happiness for the individual. Mumble. To rid ourselves of sin, we must rid ourselves of desire. Whoever fails in this is a malevolent soul. They must perish. Oh shit, he's gonna whack them with a hammer. He's gonna whack us with a hammer.
Hey, you're Kakiku's menagerie.
Ooh, close. It's Magilu's menagerie.
I apologize for always demanding that you entertain me, despite my inability to even remember your name correctly. I'm also sorry to you, miss, for always insisting you do that tedious little bird impression of yours. I feel so bad I could just punch myself. Nay, I must.
I'm not sure if I'm more angry or confused.
It is wrong to seek pleasure from viewing petty tricks and pointless entertainment. Honest hard work alone is right. Someone such as I, who was unable to live in accordance to the simplest of truths, should disappear from this earth. Please, use that special trick you told me of. Make me disappear forever.
That was such a minor infraction. I feel like Innominat's domain will eventually result in the extinction of humanity at this rate if they try to take his reasoning to their logical conclusion. A man who is swayed by desire is useless to the many. That means I am unworthy of existence. I must be erased from this world. Erased from this world.
First, I took nectar to escape all my hardships, and I drank to run from all my pain. Even if I resisted, endured the pain, nothing changed. I've spent my life running. I'm pathetic, but I won't run anymore. I'm disposing of all the drinks in town. What the world needs now isn't dependence, but freedom. And I'll see that we have it.
Hey now, that's the kind of repentance that should only come the morning after a night of fun and too much drink.
And if you're afraid of losing yourself, drinking is a far better option than falling under Innominat's control.
Remember, kids, drinking. I can't run away from it any longer. I must purge my malevolent heart and be reborn as a man of reason. I must change myself. Be reborn. How brainwashed are you guys? Yup, they're brainwashed too. Actually, everyone's in the fields. At the same time, with the same exact motions. Service toward the many, service toward the many. Mumble. Continue work. Mumble. It's like they knew people would try to teleport here. Amusing oneself with cards goes against reason. We must serve the many. Wait, no, even the card players. Suppress individuality. Serve the many. Mumble.
We must accept that we all grow old. I can no longer perform the physical labor that allowed me to benefit society. I no longer deserve to live here. I must find a place far from others. There, I will await a quiet death.
This isn't someone accepting that they'll grow old. This is him refusing to grow old.
If this spreads, we'll have no more old people at all.
My existence is a burden for the many. My final duty is to end it myself. This is the highest service I can perform for the many. The path of reason must be followed to its end. Mumble.
Pets consume precious resources and grant no tangible benefit to society. That's why I say we should throw them all back outside. It's only right.
I threw away my friend's entire pet beetle collection. They have been purged. This is all for the new order.
But I want to keep my rhinostagros.
I got rid of my pet dog. An animal that requires looking after by a child is devoid of purpose. Seeking solace from animals is human vanity. It is void of meaning and worth. Animals must serve as sustenance or labor. I feel like Rhinostagros did not get much of a role after we defeated it. All food in the capital is now rationed. Everyone from the royal family to soldiers and the humblest of commoners must perform assigned work to receive food. It is orderly, fair, and guarantees just treatment. Order and fairness, order and fairness.
It was the height of foolishness for a low-born person like me to hold on to romantic fantasies about Prince Percival. I should seek a male companion suitable to my social status, and live a life free of pointless desire and pride. Form, beauty, appearance, all are superfluous. Reason dictates that I seek a biological partner, who lets me live my life with greater efficiency.
While what she's saying isn't technically wrong, it really creeps me out.
We are not individuals, we are but motes that make up the world. Remember that at all times. Flowers and other extravagances are distractions. Eliminate what is worthless. Eliminate what is worthless. We took advantage of the arrow disaster to profit by selling food on the black market. We must atone for the sin. Yes, we must administer our own punishment.
Even the capital is silent as death.
Innominat's power did all of this. A god among gods.
Reason abhors unnecessary action. But will that alone lead to progress? Questions like that are an affront to reason. You're right, but... You would question reason? You're right, reason is the only way. I must obey. He was slightly resisting, but not enough. Not as much as the pirates. A maid's uniform is meaningless extravagance. But of course, it stands against reason. I must remove it now, for reason. Wait, what? Are you wait. It's possible this guy is not actually affected by the suppression, is just trying to take advantage of the situation. That creep. You mustn't chase pleasure. It is shameful to seek pleasure, it is forbidden. This is true reason. And yet we... Oh, my head. There's no point in performing music for the ephemeral entertainment of others. But music makes my heart... Urgh. Praying for salvation is the most vile selfishness. We must do what we must for all rather than spend time in vain prayer. Tranquil order and service toward the many is all the great Empyrean desires of humanity. Tranquil order and service toward the many, the great Empyrean's desire. The great Empyrean's desire, the great Empyrean's desire. A tranquil world, a tranquil heart, a time of tranquility, a tranquil future. The suppression of humanity is just penitence. Penitence to the world must be made. Penitence must be made. Penitence must be made. Oh, I must cast aside my desire for power. It's the foulest form of greed. But my hatred for Artorius will not fade so easily. Ugh! It's all very clear. Your mind strains against reason. It is a poisonous thing. It must be eliminated. Gonna dissect her brain. Eliminate what is worthless. Now that's so hungry it can't move, I'll... Ugh, no, that's so... Oh shit. How did reason turn to animal abuse like this? Needless extravagance must be eliminated. But this fountain, we played so much together here. Yeah, those are some good memories. But they are meaningless, just like this fountain. You do speak reason. Eliminate what is worthless. Eliminate what is worthless.
Fountains are purely decorative and serve no purpose to the collective good of mankind. They must be purged.
Not just the fountains. The streets and houses are filled with unnecessary extravagances. Comfort is another word for vanity. It is a lie that breeds only envy and war. All vanity must be purged.
Yes, we cannot let ourselves be ruled by desire. We must control ourselves and lead lives of purity.
If they keep abandoning desire after desire, eventually they'll abandon even their desire to live.
Extravagance is useless. The useless must be swept away. This is the way of reason. Simplicity in all things. In the world. In the human soul. Even the Bloodwings?
I knew it. I said all along that taverns are dens of evil. Now there is no one left who desires that demon drink. It clouds man's judgment and causes good people to fall into corruption and sin. It should never have existed. Taverns shall now only live on in history books.
I've always opposed the sale of nectar and intoxicating drinks. From now on, those places once known as taverns should be used to distribute food equally to all.
Flavor is irrelevant. It is enough for food to fill the stomach and contain the nutrients necessary for survival. Food is not something that should be enjoyed.
But eating is part of being alive. If you can't enjoy your food, how can you enjoy your life? I don't want to live like that.
Desire for good-tasting food is mere hedonism. It is a shameful, selfish act. Cooking must be prohibited to prevent individualistic greed. Cuisine and dining are without worth. Food is to be consumed only as fuel for work. That is its true purpose. I told the guards everything I know. I must atone for standing against reason. No! My punishment must be performed by my own hands. I must atone for my sins. I must atone. But, Mistress Tabitha, my family, forgive me. Where'd Tabitha go? My companions atoned for their sins in this room. Now I must do the same. Oh shit, that is reason, but... I'm so scared. Mur, please.
Isn't there anyone here who still has free thought?
I hope so. There has to be.
Mommy!
That was a child.
Mommy! I'm scared! Mommy!
Don't show any feelings, dear.
If they spot you, they'll...
Prince Percival! Tabitha!
You're still you!
Reskins, of course. Resists neutral. Fuck, really?
In the capital?
No, they're molecules.
Earthquake! Walls of armor! Take that!
Not even worth my time.
Tabitha, your mind's still your own?
Yes, somehow. But Prince Percival and that girl...
Looks like those Malachim took them away somewhere.
The prince was trying to help us get away. He said that the Abbey was gathering those who still had control of their own will at the villa.
We need to go after the prince and see just what's going on at the villa.
We don't know what sort of defenses they have at the front gate. Let's sneak in through the back.
Good plan. Back into the catacombs, then.
You got it.
Are there enemy encounters now? They're guarding anyone whose emotions are still intact in the royal villa. I'll bet Prince Percival and the girl were taken there.
So those weren't demons, they were Malachim.
Yes. They were probably ordered to hunt down any humans who still possess free will. Innominat isn't whole, and his suppressive powers are not yet absolute. So he must be using the Malachim to find anyone he missed and process them. Sounds like him. Process?
Be it a prince or a little girl.
I wonder if Tabitha's alright.
I don't think she'll be suppressed so easily.
Aye. She's got more grit than the average soldier.
But even if she resists suppression, if the Abbey finds her, she'd stand out even more with us. She ran an entire shadow network. Finding a place to hide will be child's play for her.
Maybe she was just pretending to be an old woman.
Huh? But I really loved Tabitha's cooking.
I'm just kidding. You don't run into a woman that tough every day.
She's been living in society's shadows since before we were born. If she heard you were worried, she'd laugh and say you're wasting your time.
Then we should be on our way to the villa.
Oh, there's actually a geotree.
Save me! Mommy!
My mind is...
A channeling circle!
He's eating their will directly!
Free this time.
With an entrance like this, it's almost like...
Like we're a bunch of heroes.
Hey, no fair! You were supposed to say like what? You won't get away. Infernal horse! You won't get away. Out of my way! Heddin will take power! Infernal horse! Infernal horse! You won't get away. Out of my way! Right under! Blade of Heddin will pierce the wound! Heaven back! Straight to us! Go! Take that! Okay, take three! Jane Way! See this? Okay! Heaven back!
Prince Percival, are you alright?
Yes, thank you. Well, I know I can still feel scared out of my wits at least.
It's all right now. We'll help you find your mommy, and then
Mommy was executed. They killed her because she stole food to give to me. But that's okay. They had to. Mommy was acting against reason.
So this is the true face of their suppression.
Yes, this is the ideal world sought by Shepherd Artorius. As long as malevolence gave rise to demons, this was the only way. That's why the Kingdom of Midgand consented to his plan. But I will never consent.
Wait, they have their own special drops?
A world without sadness, but also without joy.
A world without hate, but also without love.
You suppose the whole world's like this now?
No. Even this close to the Empyrean's throne, some here have held on to their free will. Still, we don't have much time.
Right. I can feel Innominat's domain spreading even now. It's incomplete, but it's quickly growing stronger.
Even we might be suppressed if this keeps up, and then it'll be reason o'clock all day long.
Prince, Griffin is doing well.
Good. That's good. I'm happy. Truly. Until now, I thought I was just a tool to serve my country. But when my feelings were being torn from me, I felt myself want something. No, I thought, I don't want this. I don't want to lose who I am. I understand the true horror of this ideal world now. I know it's selfish to put this burden on you, but I beg you, stop all this. Stop Shepherd Artorius.
You said something to me once. A bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. And now I say this to you. People stripped of their feelings can never truly be alive.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
We're going to defeat Artorius. We're going to make this world one where we can be ourselves. We're doing it for us, not for you.
You've changed, haven't you?
You really have. You used to be a sword wielded by your own hatred. But now, you're in control. You're the one who swings the blade.
Even if I still don't know when to sheathe it.
Don't worry. When danger comes, I'll be there to protect you.
My, I'm jealous. It must be nice to have a reliable young man like that by your side.
It certainly is. Our fee's a gallant soul.
Eisen, about Captain Eifried.
I dealt with him. But the Abbey, they stomped all over Eifried's pride to achieve this suppression of theirs. With these hands, I will destroy them.
Then I'm going to be selfish too. And as just another flawed human being, I will offer a humble prayer that you succeed.
Well, I'm pumped. Who wants to go cut our way into this throne of theirs?
We can't just barge in, sword for brains. We gotta prepare.
We stick to the plan. Wake up the four Empyreans and take Innominat's domain away from him.
Artorius said the ceremony wouldn't be complete until the Scarlet Night.
Will they complete the ceremony first, or will we awaken the Empyreans? It's a gamble.
Well, moping won't get us anywhere. Let's head to Mount Killerhouse.
Right. It's time to suppress the suppression.
Eleanor, did the Exorcists know about this when they agreed to help Artorius?
They couldn't have. The Exorcists I know fought for a world where people could live their lives in happiness and peace.
But then how do you explain the fact that the Exorcists seem to accept what's going on?
Maybe that was just what I wanted to believe.
It could be that Innominat's suppression is also affecting the Exorcists.
You mean Innominat might have taken control of their will and made them his tools?
Completely believable. Exorcists are too hard-headed to be open to much persuasion.
If I stayed with the Abbey, I might have accepted this world too. Thank you, Laphicet. It's your strength that protects my heart from wavering.
You really think so?
Of course I do. Have a little more self-confidence.
Guess it's a good thing I captured you then.
That's true. I owe you my gratitude as well. Thank you.
Seriously?
Quite. To be able to express what's in my heart,
is a wonderful thing. You still drive me mad, but I can't disagree there.
Chatterisa title.
Even when not yet fully awakened, Innominat can extend his reach to the entire world.
The other towns are probably in the same sorry state as the ones we've seen, or perhaps even worse.
Magilu, is there some art that can awaken Malachim?
What do you mean?
Well, if I could just use the flames of purification properly.
Even if you could alter reality with that power, you'd end up destroying yourself in the process. Do you want to awaken that badly?
I need more power.
For Velvet's sake?
For her too, but I hate what the Abbey is doing. It's just wrong. This world of theirs is without any joy. I just want to do everything I can to stop them. This is what I want, with my own free will, and I
know of no such art. And even if I did, it wouldn't help you.
Huh?
You've already found strength in your heart. There's no magic that can make that stronger. What you need is to be ready and determined, and to be brave.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Magilu.
No thanks necessary. 100 gold will cover it.
You want me to pay you?
Hey, good advice isn't free. What do I look like, a sidewalk psychiatrist? I'm a witch.
She always has to be so difficult.
Okay, now I can teleport everywhere. I'm sure everywhere is also kind of messed up.
What's that you're pouring out?
It's for Ifrid's memorial.
Captain, this is some good booze the first mate's been hiding away. Drink up! It's all yours!
Ha! I'll never forget you, Captain. And I'll never forget that 500 gold I loaned to you either.
And I'll always remember how hard your fists were.
That's just because you screwed up all the time, Benwick.
I always meant to hit him back one day, but now I'll never have the chance. It's so unfair!
Oh, shut up. It'd be 100 years before you'd be able to knock him out. Not even Von Ifrid would wait that long for you.
Hey, I could have managed it in 50.
Well, this turned out to be a pretty lively memorial.
To death, we are as equals. It comes to us all. There's no reason to treat it as something special.
Exactly. And besides, we're all pirates here. Wherever we sail, death is always lurking beneath the waves.
You're all prepared for it.
Of course we are.
Eisen, would you mind if I said a prayer for Ifrid?
You would? He's the most terrible villain in 100 years.
That's true, but
What if you prayed for Eisen's friends instead? I don't think there'd be a problem with that.
Okay. Is it alright if I pray for your friends instead, Eisen?
I'm not stopping you. Captain, I was more enriched by the days I spent sailing with you than the centuries I roamed in search of something to end my curse. Thanks for the fun, Ifrid.
This place is empty. I don't even see Hellions here.
That's 3 Nordals collected, and 1 to go.
Right.
Usually that turtle shows up right about now. What gives? Turtles, loiters, embroiders?
You mean, the Turtles is late because he's taking too much time getting a new design for his robe?
I knew you could follow along, my dear little oyster.
Should we wait for him a bit longer? I'm sure your sister's reply has to be arriving soon.
I don't write her those letters expecting to get a reply. They're more like an apology for not coming home to see her.
But you can't go home because of the Reaper's curse, right? So why do you need to send letters and gifts?
Soon after I left, my sister wrote me a letter. She said, I don't care if it's dangerous. I want to be with you. Maybe the old me, once I realized there was no fixing this curse, would have gone home prepared to do everything in my power to protect her. But I'm not the old me. Haven't been since I met Ifrid and his crew.
I understand. You found your place on that ship. Even if you lifted the curse, you wouldn't move back home.
Do you think your sister knows that?
I haven't told her directly, but I'm sure she's realized it. She's smart, and she's empathetic. That's why she never sends me a reply.
You mean because she respects that you've chosen your way of life?
That's probably how she sees it, yes. But understanding does not preclude loneliness. I think she doesn't reply as a way of showing that she disapproves.
And you keep on sending those letters by way of atonement.
I don't think it's anything so noble as that, but sure. You're probably not too far off the mark.
A brother writing letters knowing he'll never get a reply. And a sister waiting for a brother she knows will never come home.
You two make it so damn complicated. Just talk it out face to face and make up already. It's not that hard. At least the person you care about is still alive.
Velvet.
Are we done here? Let's go.
Blue Nordal. And there's a Geotree. Okay, there's the Geotree for your assault. Huh, the great bonus gauge does not go down if you're climbing a ladder. Anyways, there's the Geotree for this beach area. McClear Beach. Aha, there's the Geotree for this area. Okay, there's the Geotree for Palamedes Temple. Okay, so I went to the assault and it looks like the people there, some are brainwashed, but others are not as brainwashed. It must be because they're far away from the capital. Why is it everybody mumbling to themselves over and over these days? I don't understand it either. Maybe it's another calamity. We should probably tell the Abbey about it. We don't know how far the suppression has spread, but be careful out there. Do they have something to say at every port town? Hey mister, let me on the Van Vaveli. I'll give you 10 gold if you let me on board. Me too, me too. The name is kind of weak, but I've never seen a ship like her. Whew, at least the suppression hasn't gotten to the kids here. Not yet, anyway. Stealing a man's will is just plain wrong. No one has the right to do such a thing, even those by the title of Shepherd or Empyrean. No more suppression, we'll stop it. It seems like Benwick has a different line depending on where you, which town you approach him from. Okay, let's go to Hellawes, son.
Oh, good. It seems you're both still here inside me, then.
It is not as though we desired these circumstances. We're only here because you ate us.
I'll make no apologies.
You wish to sacrifice us to the 4 elemental Empyreans, is that it?
Yes. I won't apologize for that, either.
It matters not. Your sins are nothing a mere apology could ever absolve.
I know.
At least you're aware of how selfish you are. Good for you, then.
Remember this well, Lord of Calamity. No matter how many times I am reborn, I will act the same.
As will I.
And I as well.
Did you say something?
Just dreaming is all. But I know now how deep my sins run.
Velvet, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about. It's about the Therians. And about Laphicet.
Let me guess. The link between us and Innominat.
Yes. There's no way of knowing what will happen until we actually try, but...
You don't have to worry about me. I said it before. Best just to blame all the wickedness of the world on the Lord of Calamity.
Don't you try to shoulder all of this yourself! We Exorcists are just as much at fault for letting things come to this. So let me ponder what to do about Kamoana and the rest, but you need to think about Laphicet. There, I've said my piece.
I don't know which of us is more stubborn. Still, I've got to face the truth. I've got to tell him.
Oh, good. This place hasn't been suppressed yet.
We're unloading! Give me a hand, will ya? Hey, you listening?
Sorry. Something just feels weird. Like there's something tugging at my thoughts.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that lately. But pull yourself together. Yeesh!
Yet being the operative term here.
We'd better get a move on.
Benwick, don't leave Kamoana or Medissa's domain, got it? The Therians are part of Innominat. They should be able to resist suppression to some extent.
Aye aye. You watch yourself too, First Mate.
Mount Killerhouse is at the northern edge of Northgand. Bit of a trek.
It'd be nice if we could resupply along the way.
There's a town, Mercio, near the foot of the volcano. It faces the sea, but the currents lately have been too strong to approach it by water. However, the land route should still be clear.
The whole continent has been getting colder of late, not just Northgand.
Colder? Could it have something to do with Innominat? Or maybe it's because the elemental Empyreans are asleep.
Both sound possible. But think too hard about the cold, and it'll give you the shivers.
Yeah, but even so...
Whatever the case, our course remains the same. We'll head to Mercio and work from there.
My son came home from the capital and said he'd take over the family fishing business. That was always my dream. But is it really best for the world? For him to waste his talents on such a primitive activity?
Dad, what are you saying? I thought we talked about this.
You should use your education to help the country and people all across the world. That is the way of reason.
That guy is acting really oddly.
Wait, we talked about this?
Yeah, you agreed that I should use my knowledge to advance fishing technology and stabilize the world's food supply. Remember?
Oh. Yes, that's right.
Shape up, Dad. What's the problem? Drinking too much?
Just a nightcap before bed.
If you need some rest, I'll take the boat out myself today.
That'd be the day. Like I'd put you in charge. You're not ready to take the boat out by yourself.
An ill-fated fisherman's fortune. His memories are muddied. But is it divine will that dulls his wits, or drink?
A sailor who can't handle his drink is just as shameful as one who gets seasick.
My studies at the capital taught me that old fishing techniques came from trial and observation. With your traditional skills and my modern knowledge, we can start a revolution in the art of fishing. Nothing makes your dad proud that you want to follow in my footsteps, but it is a selfish emotion. It stands against reason. Ugh, my head. Dad, are you alright? Huh. A lot of folks are daydreaming these days. Snap out of it and get to work, people. Reason and order, mumble. Oh, what did I just say? If you don't get your head out of the clouds, I'll give you a gentle reminder. With my fists. Used to trade a great profit for myself. I must atone for my sins. I must atone. Ooh, maintenance on the ship and port is really taking shape. Yeah, it's funny, but the fire actually had the effect of bringing everyone in the town together. Although, now we have the cold to deal with. If the ice strips go any further south, all our hard work will have been for nothing. There's only so much people can do. Past that, we can only hope and pray to the Great Empyrean.
Daddy, we're having a long-armed crab hot pot party when you come home tonight.
As the world gets colder, the long-armed crab's habitat expands.
Do your best out there today.
If the crabs breed too quickly, it will affect the fish.
Hey, Hey, that guy is...
Daddy? You're acting weird.
Oh, sorry about that. My mind just wandered away from me there for a second.
If you do that on your boat, you'll fall into the sea.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be careful.
Good luck out there!
That boy's father, he was acting strangely.
The suppression is starting to affect people out here, too.
Well, I'm off to go fishing. Be careful not to space out, you might fall in. Understood, the failure of the individual harms many. I'll ensure I perform my tasks adequately. Dad, I just told you not to space out. Hey, do you know about this? There are weird creatures called penguins down south. Have you ever seen one? Yes, they are quite delectable. What? You ate a penguin?
Come, sinner, and repent your wicked deeds.
Yes, Father. I am here.
No, I wasn't talking to you. Surely an exorcist has nothing to repent. Truly, the sinners are those people you're with, who come into this cathedral and say whatever they please.
No, Father. I've done a great many things that I regret. For instance, I once put blind, unquestioning faith in the Abbey's ideals of reason and justice. In making any decision, I used not my head, or my gut, or my heart, but instead relied on the Abbey's answers. I lorded my authority over those I thought to be below me, when I didn't even know the truth of how things actually worked.
What?
I was telling other people how to live their lives, when I needed to look at my own flaws instead. But I won't repent for my past deeds. To seek forgiveness from the Empyreans would be to repeat those very same mistakes. I will follow my own judgment now, as I strive to make amends for the misdeeds and regrets of my past.
Please, Lady Exorcist, listen to my confession, for I have much to repent.
Huh? Father, why are you crying?
I will try to be a better man.
Did you hear that Moloch they were doing experiments on finally broke?
Yeah, you mean the one where they were trying to combine multiple smaller Malachim into one giant Moloch? I always figured it was a waste of time.
Turns out it not only looked like a freak, but its shackled mind snapped, leaving the thing feral.
Oh? Guess they'll have to dispose of it.
Yeah. For now, they've moved it out to the Faldees ruins. They're repurposing it as a test target for a new Moloch art and development.
At least we'll be able to get some valuable data out of it.
Using Malachim for their own ends. Is there no line they won't cross?
I hope you're not thinking of doing anything unnecessary.
Oh? Like what?
Like thinking about bringing mercy to a broken Moloch.
What I think is necessary and what actions I take are for me to decide.
Eisen!
That exorcist said they were using the Moloch to get data on a new Moloch art. If it were complete, they could use it against us. Stopping that wouldn't be a waste of our time, would it?
You think you know just what to say to me, don't you?
I'm just stating the truth.
Just so we're clear, we're not going to rescue it.
No argument here.
The experimental Malik may be broken, but still stronger than a demon. To think they have such power. Stealing away their minds and tempering them really was for the good of humanity. Strangest thing happened when I sent letters to some merchant friends in Midyan recently. When I got the replies, they'd all written the absolute bare minimum needed. Maybe it's just an elaborate joke, but I can't help but feel offended. There's no way to correspond, is there? Is it? I'm fed with the Abbey. They haven't even stopped the Lord of Calamity. Oh, that makes me mad too. If they can't kill him, how are good citizens like us supposed to sleep soundly at night? They're just useless.
We opened our arms and welcomed that vagabond into our town. But despite our kindness, he robbed us, started fights, caused trouble. Then he stole a boat and escaped. But I was the one that let him go. I'm guilty too. We have to be strict with criminals.
Rogues always seem to drift into Hellawes, don't they?
Huh? Were we talking about something?
Wait, did you forget what you just said?
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything strange.
We were talking about how nice of a guy you were.
Huh?
Don't be so hard on yourself, okay?
Huh?
A nice guy, eh? Come to think of it, I think Dial called me that once too. How long would it take to get to Merkio? Merkio, huh? You'd have to go through the Faldees ruins and then cross half of Guyberg Icefield. It's not that far, but it's colder than cold, so pack that with that in mind. If you don't have the right supplies, you'll be marching into your own grave. Got it, thanks for the advice. If it gets any colder, no one will be able to live in Merkio. If you ask me, the whole town should move to Hellawes, so why don't they? The citizens of Merkio are afraid that Hellawes would demand flamestone rights if everyone moved there. So, there won't be any rights for them to even speak of if they freeze to death here. Everyone sees reason in their own way. Besides, if it continues to get colder, the Abbey will force them to move if they keep on refusing.
I see you're at it again.
Am I that predictable?
That stance. It's called nothingness, right? A clear state of mind and all that.
Does it look meditative or something? I wish it was, but really it's the exact opposite. It brings out all my negative thoughts. My hatred, my doubts, my ego, my anger. I take up my sword to cut myself free of such wrongful emotions. At least, that's what I used to think. But that's just not possible, is it? Not for anyone. Hell, even if I could let go of that part of myself, I'm not sure I'd want to.
Because if you let go of your desire to kill Shigure, you'd lose your purpose in life?
My spiteful thoughts, my wrongful feelings, my pride, my inner contradictions. All these are parts of who I am. Through practice, I learned to embrace who I am, the good and the bad, and become the swordsman only I can be. That's the only way I will achieve what cannot be done. Defeating Shigure.
And Shigure. He's already at peace with his inner self.
Exactly. And so are you.
You really think so?
I do. That's why I will never give up. Besides, I still need to repay my debt to you.
Well, I look forward to seeing the final results. That's for sure.
Watch yourself around the owner here. Anything you say will go straight to the Abbey's ears, if you catch my drift. It's a new request, nothing but bad news lately. Oh, no, it's... Chaos Mode. Deadly Mountain. Bison Heddin. That's the one related to that side quest. Gossip around town says I'm a spy for the Abbey, but all I do is tell them when folks go against reason. If that's wrong, then I guess the Abbey's wrong too. Hellawes, the biggest volcano in the world, spewing fire over a great snowy plain. It must be an incredible sight. I hope I get to see it at least once in my lifetime. I wouldn't bank on it, kiddo. The volcano's all the way on the other side of Guyberg Icefield. The terrain is rough, not to mention the cold you'd have to deal with. Even getting to Merkio is tricky, and that's barely halfway there.
It's even colder here than last time.
You're right. It was merely freezing before. Now it goes straight to the bone.
Allow me to warm.
Not necessarily.
Oh, the sneezes are going around? Achoo! Oh, so cold. If it's this bad here, I dread to think of what the Guyberg Icefield is like.
The tundra past Mount Hellawes? Is it really that cold?
I've stayed up in the mountains many times for my training. With all the snow, I imagine it'd be pretty rough for a normal human.
Why are you sneezing all of a sudden? Demons aren't supposed to feel cold.
Nah, a snowflake just flew up my nose and...
Achoo!
You're sneezing too.
My hair was blowing around and tickled my nose.
But according to the old book I read, it isn't supposed to snow much around Guyberg.
Because of lava from the volcano and the Earth's natural heat. I bet the book calls it Guyberg Plains, too.
Yeah, it says Mount Hellawes was highly active, and the area used to be famous for its hot springs.
But now it's... What?
Why are you all staring?
They're all expecting you to sneeze, I think.
Everyone else is doing it! Now give us a good show! Sorry everyone. No sneezes here. I'll practice for next time.
Good grief.
The village produces top quality wheat and yak wool. I hope we can trade together. I don't think the Abbey will allow that. Oh, right, yes. I want to sail around and see the world someday. That's why I hope all the ships come back to Hellawes. Taking care of yaks looks like hard work. Yeah, it's not easy, but it has to be done. We don't think of them as just as livestock. To us, they're family. I had a dream my full son came home, and he was human again too. I'm turning into a crazy old coot. Hellawes is looking a lot better now thanks to the help from Beardsley. How can we thank you? We're not doing it for gratitude, we just want you to understand something. We may be a bunch of rogues, but we aren't layabouts. You see that now?
I don't think we have a chance!
This must be that experimental Moloch.
Why a cow's head? This is bull! Careful! It's on a rampage!
Time to put a stop to this!
Die! Divine favor!
How's that? Frog!
Pull them! Rising falcon! How's that?
Die! No escape! Crumbling state! Die! Frog! The wide open! Guards like the dial! Illusory veil! Die! You're wide open! Die! Die! Eat it! Eat it!
On my vital ears! Divine favor!
Like beguile! Illusory veil!
You thought I'd stop there?
Yes, it's chained! Get him!
They're nice! You wronged me! Here's your justice! Fighting order!
Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step. To kill you! Howling dragon!
Now, with a single breath, they appear! Here they come! There's no stopping them now! Good catch! Here it comes! Resound! Arise! Become the blade of destruction! Lost bond!
Killing flash! Behold the arts of my ancestors! Ungifted style! Aaron!
How did it survive all that shit? Seriously. Whatever. I won anyways. Ugh. Damn. It survived the freaking Mystic Arch chain. Like, what? I mean, I didn't think I thought I dealt plenty of damage already, but it still had quite a bit left. Or maybe it was healing between all of my attacks. I don't know. Whatever, got a bunch of mithril upgrades, so that's good. Trigger random skill reduces charge time when guarding on chaos or above. That sounds pretty good.
So what? They were trying to make an enormous bovine Moloch? Was that the best the Abbey could think up?
As if robbing our free will wasn't enough. Now they're trying to reshape Malachim.
I'm so sorry, Eisen. What they did here was terrible.
I don't really care about the callous experimentation. If the Malachim participated by their own free will, then sure, that's their choice. But this one had its free will locked away, and was used and discarded like a mere tool. That's what I can never forgive. and the Abbey is treating countless Malakim the same way.
Sounds like this has gotten you all fired up. Maybe I'm glad we came here.
Oh, believe me, I've been fired up for a good long time. Ever since I decided how I want to live my life.
Okay, it must have been healing a ton in between each one. It doesn't have that much hit points. Did I really fail to do 10,000 damage? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I better re-watch my footage later to see why it failed to crush the enemy. I thought I did pretty well getting that chain in there. But I'm too... I just don't feel like putting in the effort to try again to get a more perfect finish. Okay, I figured it out. Skills recover 50% of damage you take. So that essentially means whatever damage I'm doing, it's effectively taking half. That's dumb. So that means even my Mystic Art spam wasn't really guaranteed to take it out, even though it dealt so much damage. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Tales of Berseria. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.